oh boy, you just can't make this up. Kawasaki. They kept saying, Rick, get you a 1000, just go ZX10, Rick. But then they say this is the best 600 in its class. The 636 is undefeated. It's been undefeated for a very long time. This is why everybody love them. Most reliable, they say. You know, the 636 is the way to go, they say. So I went out last year and got me this sexy boy right here. Now there's multiple bikes. Again, as you guys can see, I'm just now moving into my brand new home. And I'm just now getting stuff transported. Got to get my other bikes, my Corvette, you know, and we are building a man cave, 40 by 30 garage, an office back there with a basketball court and all kind of stuff we're gonna be doing. You'll probably see it on the channel soon, as we just got approved to build and do all kind of stuff. But I actually was just informed about this recall before I rode this bike here. I rode this bike here yesterday. The recall was almost 3 days ago. So once I found out, I was really scared. They say, do not ride, do not, you know, sail. I seen the notices, seen everybody on TikTok going completely crazy. And I decided yesterday to ride this bike here, to get it here on my property. And it was about a almost 70 mile ride, because my childhood home is about an hour away. And now I'm over here in my new home. We're just getting things done. I'm unpacking the car, as you can see, and just getting things here. And this is the first motorcycle that I bought. We're gonna be bringing our bobber here next and the Harley. But yeah. So what I'm gonna still give you, you know what? We'll do a cold start video as well after the recall. But they say do not ride or anything until, you know, they come up with a fix, and we'll see what they do. Again, I've never been a part of any motorcycle recalls except for Harley, you know, and that was on the electric live wire. And again, they just update the software and replace and do that, you know, pretty simple with electric bikes. But never had to go through a recall like this with this kind of motorcycle. And again, I've only been riding for almost 2 years, so I've owned almost eight, so I've owned 7 bikes. We're not gonna count the other one, you know. I traded my 400 in for this after 1 week, well, no, 2 weeks, well, we'll say 3 weeks. I had not even a month of owning the 400. I said I want a 600. And you guys showed so much love on both of those videos, one on a different channel, and I decided, well, I need to make just a motorcycle and car vlogging channel. And, you know, we started OK Moto. A lot of you know me from OK Rick, very popular content creator over there, you know, with reaction videos, covering the current administration and all the breaking news that takes place in this crazy world that we live in, and, you know, crazy world of politics. And again, you might not agree with my views, you might not agree with that, but it's okay. It's one love to the human race. I don't care what side you're on. I don't care if you believe in this or that. I got love for you. And I want you all to ride safe, enjoy your life, and especially if you're on 2 wheels, you know. But I don't know if I was dumb. Call me what you want. I did ride this bike here after owning it. Well, no, after the recall. So after the recall, I decided to ride this bike an hour here, and it rolled perfectly. Now, it's something with the crankshaft, something about the number, I'm not really like sure, but something with the crank hub or crankshaft, the fifth one in the motor. You guys know the recall, okay? I don't have to go on here and think too hard about it, but the motor is basically can blow up or, you know, failure. And there's also been a couple people with failures in these bikes. And I'm just now seeing a couple, but not too many. But I guess now that the algorithm is, you know, going crazy on this bike, I'm starting to see a couple more people with engine problems on these, but I'm also seeing a lot of people without engine problems and riding the crap out of these bikes. I've seen one guy on this platform and TikTok who has 21,000 miles on his 2024 ZX6R. So this is a 24. Okay, this is not a 25. So this is a 24. And I only have 1,200 miles. 1,200 miles, you know. And she rides like a dream, you know. 1,200 miles. What y'all think about that? You know, got it, what? It's been 9 months, not 10. It might be 10 or 11 months, I'm not sure. But again, if you can go back to the date of the video that I made, you could probably calculate. You know, I really don't know the correct time and date, you know, but I'll just say a year, almost a year. Almost a year, coming up on a year, probably in another month or two. But I absolutely love this motorcycle, man. And y'all probably asking, are you still gonna ride it with the recall being out, Rick? Probably, you know, maybe to go up the street, you know, see where I'm gonna be going to my I like to ride mine to the gym. So usually where I live, the gym is not too far. And so the gym, sometimes to the store, if I'm getting like small things, I like to take my backpack and get a couple things that I can put in my backpack and ride on my bike. I used to ride with the homies a little bit, but this bike has only really seen short trips into the gym. And the gym from my house back home is like 4 or 5 miles there and back. So I probably do like 10, 12 miles. And that's one reason why you see 1,200 miles. I think the biggest trips I've had on this bike was to my girl's house, you know, and that was probably 50, 60 mile trips. And that's about it. So I haven't really beaten up on this bike, as you would think. I have got it up to about 110, I believe. And I let off 100, and I think that's the fastest I've ever been, is like 110 on this bike particular. Don't really go too crazy. I've never popped a wheelie on this bike. No wheelies, nothing. You know, just cruising, and you know, the average high speed when I was on the freeway on this bike was about 80, 90 miles per hour. And that was yesterday I got it up to about 90, 95. Yesterday on the Houston freeway, and she rides good. So to end the video, I'll probably just do a cold start for you guys. I know that's what you guys want, a cold start. And we'll see what comes out with this recall, and I'll keep you guys updated. I will be reaching out to my dealer tomorrow, Tuesday, because all dealerships are closed. I don't know, is it just all dealerships around the world, or in America, you know, the US, or every motorcycle dealership over here is closed on Mondays? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Is you guys bike shops closed on Monday? Like dealerships, bike shops, they all be closed on Mondays over here. I don't know if that's like a normal thing, you know, but everything is closed over here. So Tuesday, I'm going to reach out to the dealer that I bought this bike from and see what to do next. Again, I believe I might have something coming in the mail. Depending on, they said the VIN, they're going to be sending to those VINs that are affected, they will be sending you a notice in the mail, and we'll go from there and see, you know. But I honestly, there's so many bikes, so many people that have these bikes, and they, you know, to get to that crankshaft or that hub or whatever they call it, that part in that engine, you know, it takes a good bit of work. And honestly, I don't trust a mechanic going into this bike, because those mechanics do great jobs. Don't get me wrong. And I've had the dealership that I went with do my break-in maintenance, but usually I do my own maintenance. But just for the record, I wanted them to do my oil change and the chain, like everything tight, make sure everything's nice and right for my 600 mile break-in. just because I wanted that documented, just in case, you know, I get rid of this bike or something like that. But, you know, these dealership mechanics are janky with these new bikes. And going in on this motor, you know, I just don't know. But whatever has to get done will get done. You know, we're not going to stress about it. I was saying before, I got brutally erupted by a huge dragon. Okay, he's back. Y'all hear that? Oh my God. This big fella. It's a big fella up there. It's a big fella up there. We're keeping this in the video. We don't, y'all know how I am. I like to keep things that happen in, but it's a big, ginormous dragonfly the size of my hand. Maybe that's what they should have. I should have got warned before moving way out here in the country. You know, that shit, how dark it gets and the bugs. Hey, I'm just saying, y'all. But hopefully we don't get erupted again by that ginormous dragonfly making all that noise. Hopefully he gets his butt out of here. But I'm going to end this video off with a cold start. Again, we'll see what takes place from this. We'll get everything fixed and see what they want us to do. Hopefully, you know, I was just hoping, praying like my bike isn't the one with anything defective in the motor or anything, because it rides like a charm. This bike is good, amazing. Y'all know we did the slip on. I mean, this bike is phenomenal, man. I love this bike. Again, I told y'all in a recent video, you know, I would never probably sell this bike. I would keep it, and I've already been looking at 1000s. We were looking at an S1000, the R1, and that's for the future. But right now, I want a big bagger. I want either a Glide or a Challenger, a big bike with big speakers. I've been looking at a lot of used ones in the market. So I think I'm gonna go a cruiser, and then we'll go 1000. And we're getting rid of our Harley live wire. And well, the bobber will be here. We're still doing the bobber build. The bobber's coming out nice. We just redid the tank on the bobber. I mean, it looks really, really good. So you guys will see that bike on the here in the garage soon. Should be here probably tomorrow or the day after next. But we'll end this video off with a cold start. If anybody is having any, you know, problems with their bike or had engine failure on their ZX6R 2024, 2025, please comment down below. Let me know. I want to hear all you guys' stories. Anything that's happened to you with owning a bike like this, let me know. You know. And I really want this bike to last a while, and I want to put at least over 20,000 miles on this bike is the goal. 40,000, and see how she holds up. I don't plan on selling this bike anytime soon. I want to keep it for a very long time. Again, it's treated me like a dream these last 1,200 miles. You know, I know that's not a lot for a lot of you, but hey, for me, that's a lot, just being a rider for over a year and a half, and also putting a couple other 1,000 miles on other bikes. So I've probably put in I've probably ridden 8,000 to 9,000 miles in this last year and a half. And again, I only use this bike to really go to the gym up the street. So, you know, I rode a couple times with friends. And again, like I say, traveling a little bit out the way to see my lady. And, you know, that was pretty much what this bike was used for. So nothing too crazy. Never popped a wheelie on it. I know some of y'all like, man, Rick, you're acting like a coochie. Rick, you're acting like a coochie. Put that bike up on one wheel. Put that wheel up in there. That's what it's made for. But I have done wheelies, y'all, and 2 on accident, but I've never really done a wheelie on this. You know, I just enjoyed the bike. Wanted to be loud and look nice. You know, did some modifications, you know, with the mirrors and stuff. But there's a couple guys that have these bikes that look so clean. There's that one guy, is his name like Dino Ghost or something? His is like black and lime green. I watch his videos all the time. Also, my other homie that has like the red one with the white and red. And my other homie that has the new black one. The new gray, it's gray with blue. You know, his is gray and blue. And he's done like the M4 exhaust, all kind of amazing modifications. You know, there's a lot of content creators with these amazing bikes, man, and even the old 636s. You know, Brian 636. It's a lot of amazing content creators with this bike, but it sucks to see that the 24s and 25s may not be any good with these changes. You know, I thought that they were all the same motor, same, you know, exact identical parts, with just a new front, with a different front, with a more beautiful, slicker 1000 looking front end. You know, it kind of looks like the 1000, the ZX10. So I thought it just had the ZX10 look with the same components. You know, that's what I thought. But that was not the case, I guess. They did some different things with this motor, different components, and here we are with this, the biggest recall yet for Kawasaki in 2025. So I will keep you guys updated what will happen to mine. I will call the dealership tomorrow or Tuesday and give you guys an update video on that. And I'm gonna try to be more active on this channel. We are shooting for 1,000 subscribers, hopefully in the next 2 or 3 months. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And I'm gonna be posting more ride videos with my GoPro. As you see, my other helmet has the whole setup for it. I haven't gotten out to ride because we've been doing so much on my other channels. I've been buying this home, you know, building and doing all kind of things on my other channels and everything going on in my life. So, but we will get active on this channel and I will bring you guys more. Before the camera cut out, I will end this video off with a cold start. So enjoy the rest of this video. After that recall, baby. Forget that recall. We're gonna ride her. He sounds like a dream. Forget that recall. We're gonna ride you, sucker. She sounds good. Again, after the recall, that motor sounds strong to me. What y'all think? It don't sound like she gonna explode on me, baby. I don't hear any failure in this motor. Yellow river. I don't hear any failure in that motor. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Again, y'all ride safe, enjoy yourself, live your life, man. Life is short, man. One love to the human race. And again, I will keep you guys updated. She doesn't sound like, you know, a failure to me. But again, I know how these recalls work, the protocols, and how they're manufactured, you know, so you always gotta be precautious and listen to what they're saying, you know, and hopefully everything gets fixed, and we'll keep you guys updated on what will happen with the ZX6R. And I don't know, I might still ride it, I might not, but I think I'm gonna just listen to what they're saying, you know, so we'll see how this thing plays out. But y'all ride safe, I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Yeah.